So guys, now I'm showing you how to clean this wheel. This wheel is already cleaned yesterday night. How did I clean? I used this scrubber. Only on this part of the wheel we would be using this scrubber, not on the front side. And the solution what I used is a pearl. You can use normally any dish washing liquid basically. And on the other side I use the same solution, dishwashing liquid, and washed it using a normal cloth. I just use a normal cloth. And before washing you are supposed to remove this. Just for this video, after I washed this, I placed this to show how this can be opened. It is very simple. From the behind of the wheel, you just see this, you can just push it outside and it just pops out. And this is how you get to see from the front side. Once this wheel is washed, this wheel has already been washed, you just have to dry it. The next activity would be going with sanding, then followed by masking, and the process goes on like that. So guys, this is 80 grit paper, sanding paper. You see that? That's 80 grit. And I'm sanding the backside of the wheel. This is not it. We just have to do it completely and thoroughly with this 80 grit. Let me just continue this work. I'm going to pause the video. So guys, this is how it looks after sanding with 80 grit of sandpaper, and now I'm using 400 grit sandpaper. Actually you are supposed to take a bigger piece. I just took a small one. I'm running short of sandpaper now. Let me just complete it with this paper, and next we will be going with 1200 and followed by 2200 grit. Pausing the video here. So guys, this is how it looks after sanding with 400 grit. Now it is pretty nice, and you don't have to go for 1200 and 2400 grit on the back side of the wheel. This doesn't require to be that smooth, that soft. This should be little rough. It's not the front side, of course. So, and going to the front side, let me just turn over the wheel. Yeah. these water contents, and then we would be going soft with 80 grit. Don't rub it very harshly, don't be very aggressive with the 80 grit on this side of it. Once 80 grit is done, then we would be following the same process with 400 and followed by 1200 and 2400 grit, which would be done with wet surface. So we would be adding some water and then sanding it when we are using 1200 and 2400 grit sanding on this part of it. So yeah, let's start with the 80 grit first. So I'm just pouring water on 1200 sandpaper, and you can just put some water. And yeah, gently you can. So guys, this is how it is once we have sanded it with 80 grit paper. So you can see all the dust, things like that. And next we will be sanding it with 400 and fine sanding with 1200 and 2500. That would be wet sanding. You can see all the dust. So this is what you see after sanding it with 400 grit, and also I wiped the alloy with the wet cloth so that there is no dust and residue. And now we would be going with 1200 grit, and this would be a wet sanding. So basically you can take a piece of this, dip it in water, and we'll be scrubbing it all around the alloy. So this is the result after wet sanding with 2500 grit, and I just washed it with water. This is the final end result, and I will be letting this to dry, and maybe tomorrow we'll wrap it and get it prepared for the first coat of painting. So we will be starting with the 80 grit paper, and so let's do some inspection on the alloy. You can see some deep scratches actually over here, and there is shallow scratches over here. And while you're going through this deep scratches, make sure that you sand this properly to a nice texture, and rest of the things look pretty fine. Let's start the work. The deep scratches has been pretty much removed, and this will be more smooth when we use a higher grit sandpaper while doing a wet sanding. So let me sand this completely with the 80 grit, then I'll be showing you. Guys, after sanding with 1200 grit wet sanding, this is how it is. I just sprayed some water on this. You can see it has come out nice and clean. It's very smooth now. Now I will be taking 1200, sorry, not 1200, 2400 grit. We're taking this again is a wet sanding, 2500 grit wet sanding to be done. This is the last sanding that will be done in this process. So we have sanded this alloy, we have washed it, we have dried it clean, and we had also used a cloth to dry it clean further. I left this for overnight to get it dried, self dry, and now we would be masking the edges of this tire using cut pieces of masking tape. So where is the masking tape? So this is the masking tape that you get in any paint shop. Just made cut pieces of that cut pieces would be stuck over here. Since it is a circle, we just need to stick on the cut pieces so that it masks well. I can just show you with one of the piece, and make sure the next piece when you stick it should overlap this. Try to insert as much as possible inside, and then get it stuck. You just press it like that. So let me just complete a complete circle and then I'll be showing you. So this is how you neatly secure this masking tape cuts and pieces, so it goes well across all the edges of this circumference of the rim. It looks neat. Now the same would be done on the other side of the wheel, the back side of the alloy, then followed by newspaper wrapping over the tire. Similarly, we have neatly masked the back side of the wheel across this alloy edges. This is how it looks. The cut pieces, basically cut pieces of masking. So the masking is done for the tire, and it's neatly wrapped inside the newspaper on both the sides. You just have this metal part exposed, and what I done here, I just put 4 balls across the edges of tires. So what happens after painting this section, right, you will be turning it around. So you should make sure that this is not touching the floor. That's the reason why we have put this. Else what happens, you see this mark, right? So last time when I turned it, this mark has happened. So to avoid that after painting, we are just given full X. And yes, we have to mask this. I just missed it. I'll be masking it now. And this is how you set up your temporary paint booth. This is our restroom, and I used a 200 volts bulb so that this heats up this room. And we have masked the tiles with the newspaper, the floor as well, and we have masked the tire area of the wheels as well. And make sure that when you do painting in a closed room, you have enough ventilation. So we are using this fan, exhaust fan, so that the fumes doesn't suffocate us while painting. And right just before this painting, make sure that you clean the surface once again with a neat nice cloth, so that you don't have any dust of anything. Yeah, let's start the painting right away. Wheels are ready now to be painted. Lights on, ventilation on, and this is the safety things what I am wearing: a mask so that the pollutants from the paint doesn't affect me, and a helmet with the shield. The first coating of silver is done. Let us wait for maybe 15 minutes and then do the second coat. Now we are going for the second coat. Waited for nearly 20 to 30 minutes. So we are done with the second coat. Let's leave it like this for say 4 hours. Then we will be doing a masking for the Monte Carlo design. Thank you. So masking across this lines have been done. Uh, we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10 lines totally, 10 spokes you can say. And we are supposed to mark this arc, and arc is quite risky, quite challenging to get a perfect arc. So what I'm doing is that we are having 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 arcs. So we'll be cutting pieces of this length, okay. And I just kept 5 tapes ready, 5 masking tapes, and for each of the tape what I done, from mid to one end of it I just cut it like this. I've been cutting this for every 1 inch. So from here you can see 1, 2, 3 like that, and this has been done for every 5 strips. One side of it we are not cutting, from mid to the other end we are just slicing it. So I think around 10 slices we get in between this. So this we would be taking it and sticking it over this arc. So this is how you stick. Make sure that one end of it is firmly stuck over the edges of the rim, and the other cut pieces are flying like this. And I told you to cut from mid to top. So this is a 1 inch masking tape. So I think more than half you are supposed to cut, like say 3/4, and now you just have to bend it the other side. And this is how you get this achieved. So it's almost done. This part is done. So same thing has to be continued with all the arches, and this won't be that risky because the span is less, also the width is more, so this can be managed the similar way, of course. So now the masking has been completed across the spokes, arches, the thin arch and the wider arch, that's this part. And make sure that you cover this corner. I don't think you can see it, yeah, you can see it now. And this corner, similarly for all the corner edges. Yeah. And next thing what you're going to do, you're not going to spray black over here. Instead, rotate the tire, turn it around, and you'll be giving maybe 1 or 2 base coat on the back of it, black. Yeah, like what I said, the next job is to paint black over here. Maybe 2 coats should do. You want to paint this black. There's a black. I think this bottle is empty. You just need to change the bottle. Change the bottle. So guys, one coat of black is done, one base coat of black, and you might find some flaws, just you can see here. So this would be rectified in second coat, and while painting for a second coat we would be putting on flashlight so that errors like this doesn't happen again. In fact, you can see many such spots. In the second coat it should be done. So I would be leaving like this for maybe another 15-20 minutes, or say 30 minutes to be safe. So guys, it's already 25 minutes past after the first black coat what we have done on the back, and it might not be dry completely but suitable enough for the second coat. So let's start. So one main thing what I would like to say here for the second black coat, for this part especially, is that we just need a torch light to see where all the imperfection is, and we would be mainly concentrating on those parts. Okay, so I don't think I can show you over the camera that I would be doing now, because I would be requiring my phone to flash some lights. Let me check if flashlight is available. Yeah, pretty much. I think I can do it this way. So put on the light, focus it, and then spray. Let me pause the video. At the ending of second base coat for black on the back side of this alloy, this is how it looks, and I think I'm going to stop here. I'm not going to do a third coat for this place. Now let me turn around the wheel and prepare for the other side. I just painted this just a couple of minutes back, not even more than 2 minutes back. So I'm just going to flip it over. I know it is not dry, but still that is fine. That's not going to touch the floor anyways. So the first black base coat on the top. So this is how you keep doing it. I'm just pausing the video so that I can continue my work. This is how it is after the first base coat of black gloss color. And of course this has lot of imperfections, and that would be rectified in the second and third coat. We are planning for 3 coats basically. As you can see here, there are a lot of imperfections, and my spray can was going to get empty. So it's natural that it is not going to complete the complete way. I mean, see a lot of imperfections. This would be rectified. So I'm planning to go for lunch now. So it will take me another hour. So let me just leave this for an hour and then get back for the second and third coat. Back to the paint booth. So we had let this to dry. So this is after first coat of black base paint. Okay, and we are here to paint the second coat. So I may just wait for say 20 to 25 minutes before the second coat. I'll just coat this and then show you. I'm going to pause the video. So guys, this is how it is after the second base coat of black color. So I'm going to let this dry for say another 30 minutes and then back again. We'll be hitting a third coat again. The third coat of gloss black has been completed and pretty much waiting it to get dried off, and I think not completely, but yeah, fine, looks okay to me. And one main thing what I learned from my previous experience is that never let the ventilation go off. So what happened last time, I mean doing this after the second coat, I was waiting, I thought let me off the ventilation was kept off, and then I could see some air bubbles popping up from the paint that we had already done. I was worried about that. Then immediately we had a third base coat, which I didn't happen to record on the camera, and then on I had kept this ventilation on till now, and now I don't see any such bubblings happening anywhere around the wheel. Now let's go forward and try to remove these mask tapes. Yeah, I think it's good to remove. Yeah. Okay, so from where shall I now create it? Maybe this, and be very gentle. I'll open this. Slowly. I don't think you can see it properly, right? It's very tough to handle the camera as well as get this off. and likewise you can just keep peeling all the masks. So let me just remove one of this mask which is on the spokes. Let's see how good or bad it has come. I think the glare, the exposure of this camera is too much. Hope you can see this. There you go. I think we might have to do some cleaning to remove those excess. So from where shall I start? I think this part you will have to manually clean it. I had missed out masking it properly. And let me pause this video and let me remove all these masks and then I'll show you. So this is how it looks after removing all the masking papers. And after removing this, we are going to spray the clear coat, maybe one or two coat of it. Let me see with one single coat. If I'm not satisfied, I'll be going with the second coat on this. So once after removing the masking, we are going to hit the layer of clear coat, a transparent liquid. This is also spray. Just apply it, maybe one or two coat, not more than two coats. I think one coat should do this. Let's see anyways. So we are going with the clear coat now. Test the spray. I'm gonna pause this. I just popped in the Skoda logo and it is sitting really nice. And that's how you repaint a clubber wheel to Monte Carlo. Hope you guys liked it. I'll try to put some pics of my car once this is in charge. Hope it gets dried really quick. Let's wait for another couple of hours and then we'll be installing this onto the vehicle. Finally we have let this dry for like more than a couple of hours, maybe 3 hours now, and it's fine. It's perfectly fine. Residues. So guys, this is the Monte Carlo design and this is how it would look. We will have to peel off this newspaper and the masking wrap that are done over here and on the other side. Let me know your comments. How does it look? Looking good? Bad? Okay, fine. I think it's just fine. Not very much great, I would say, but yeah, satisfied of course. This would be going over there. We are now peeling off the cover. We are now just peeling off the mask. So post peeling the newspaper or the mask, this is how it is, and we would be removing this once we load it onto the car, and then we'll see the final finish, how it looks. I just don't want to reveal it right away. I just want to see it directly onto my car. And I'll replace this wheel with the actual painted wheel and remove the front wheel that's over there, that has to be repainted. And shortly I'll be removing this extra maskings and I'll show you. Let's pause the video. And this is how it is. I would be placing that lug nut bolt cap very soon, and rest, this is how we have painted it. And this is the original tire that I've taken from the front of the vehicle, which would be undergoing painting.